I took a break for a week, but now I'm back.
You drive me crazy, crazy. Oh. My baby, my baby. Oh. You drive me crazy, crazy. Oh. You drive me crazy, crazy. Oh. What happens in the night?
Petite Noir has returned for their second full-length album, MotherFather. I have been a fan of Petite Noir since their debut EP, The King of Anxiety, released in 2015. That EP was an art rock record with some new wave influences. Since then, I have been following their career and enjoyed a few of their releases, some of course being better than others. I wasn't a huge fan of their first full-length album, Life is Beautiful, but it still had some enjoyable tunes on it. I guess you can say I have been waiting since 2015 for something to match the incredible sound of their first EP. The first few singles off of MotherFather didn't immediately grab my attention, and I kept leaving the album aside knowing I would get around to listening to it eventually. Well, I have finally listened to it, and I have to say I quite enjoy it. It is kind of interesting that the non-single tracks on this album are some of my favorites, but the singles, which have grown on me, don't reach the same heights in my opinion. The album begins with the explosive 777, which seems to be a pun on 666. Noir sings menacingly that his soul is on fire and that he's been set alight. This leads into the song Blurry, featuring Sampa the Great. The guitar on this song has this 90s alternative rock sound, and it's played over this enormous beat. Lyrically, the song is about betrayal. There are a lot of religious allusions here, as if the betrayal is cosmic. There is also this sense of what is called the dark night of the soul, where the person, or God, is nowhere to be found, and is no longer responding to them. I do like how the lyrics on this song are kind of ambiguous between this being about God or a relationship, as you can even think of your romantic partner as being otherworldly or divine. The next song, Numbers, continues with this sense of abandonment, but from a more political perspective. Rather than God, or a partner, it seems that this abandonment is coming from the government, with Petite Noir calling for a revolution of us. This comes under this emotionally heavy beat that sounds like you're involved in a struggle. The next song, Concrete Jungle, is literally about being renegades in the city. The song has this really stripped down vibe to it, with the song merely consisting of strings and these soft synths. However, it does build to this incredible cinematic height, almost as if the battle is just beginning. This leads into this interesting interlude that is simply called Skit. It features a choppy recording with a person saying that white people seem to be hardwired into rebelling against black people, and that black people have to spend their lives fighting back against this white terrorism. With the person on the recording asking repeatedly, "Who is your God?" I do again appreciate this kind of like ambiguous phrasing. Is she asking themselves who their God is, or is it referring to these white terrorists asking who is their God? This transitions into the very powerful song Finding Paradise, which has this booming Afrobeat sound, with Petite Noir talking about black solidarity. Superficially, it can be read as finding paradise in terms of religion, but it seems way more grounded into making paradise here through finding community, which connects back to the previous skit. These themes continue with the track Simple Things featuring Theo Crocker. The song begins with Petite Noir singing about how everything is falling apart, and for him the explanation is obvious. As he sings in the chorus, it's such a simple thing, they don't want us to be equal. There is something powerful in just the blunt statement of that. The song also contains this reference to Martin Luther King while he sings "Waiting in Time for Your Seasons," which seems to be an allusion to letters from a Birmingham jail where King writes that white moderates are constantly telling black people to wait for a more convenient season to fight for their rights. The music on this song is almost this light-hearted lounge tune with these beautiful horns. And this adds to the sense of how simple this all is, even if the effects are devastating. The song Best One is probably one of my least favorite songs here, and sees Petite Noir falling in love. He sings that while he's on tour shouting "fuck the system," he can't wait to get back home to be with the person that he loves. It's a pretty straightforward song that is cute and upbeat, but again, it just doesn't reach the heights of some of the other songs on this album. We then get the song Love is War, which sort of sums up all the various antagonisms on this album, about how love sees you fighting constantly to protect it. The song is hauntingly pretty, with this ambient sound complete with this intense beat. We then get the incredible closing track, Play. The song uses the narrative of a relationship to discuss trauma and how you need to find time for yourself to go out and appreciate living. It is sung over this fun beat, which includes these distorted vocal samples. The chorus on this song is also super catchy. You drive me crazy, crazy, oh, my baby, oh. This album is short but impactful, that explores the tensions of God, race, and romance. The experimental production on this album is also engaging and lends a cinematic feel to the lyrical tensions. Petite Noir's soulful singing is also amazing. It is just a great album overall, and I have to say, I think it is their best release yet, even better than their debut EP. I would give it an 8 out of 10. What did you think of this album? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Were you on the fence about it? Let me know in the comments below. You can even like or subscribe to the video, everything helps. And yeah, I have a full slate of reviews for this week, so I'm definitely not taking this one off. Although I did take yesterday off, but it's the long weekend in Canada, so sucks to be you if you don't live here. Oh.